Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and their future first-round picks regarding to a report that I saw from Bleacher Report according to an executive that says that the Lakers draft picks is the most powerful picks in the league. And guys, before I get into that reporting and what does this mean for the Lakers, and honestly, what I think about the Lakers picks regarding the Lakers, them trading it or potentially not trading it, it just sort of depends on opinion when it comes to this particular piece from Bleacher Report, according to an NBA executive. But guys, before I get into my thoughts about it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff. And of course, like always, please make sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok at ZSPN_sports. Guys, I really do appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown me, especially on my last video. The amount of support that you guys showed me in that video was so overwhelmingly, I was so overwhelmed by the amount of support and the love that you guys have shown me in that video. And your opinions. I really do appreciate your thoughts and opinions about our Los Angeles Lakers. And, we're trying to find any sort of way for the Lakers to find some success and to better their roster with the recent, trade rumors that we've been hearing surrounding Russell Westbrook. So I really love to hear your thoughts and your opinions. So please give me your thoughts and opinions about the Los Angeles Lakers and trade rumors. I really want to know about it. And once again, guys, thank you for all the love and support you guys have shown me on this channel and all across social media. Let's continue to grow this channel. Let's continue to grow. We are maybe, I don't know, like 900 or maybe, no, excuse me, 90 subscribers away from reaching 4,000 subscribers. So please continue to share my videos and, tell your colleagues, your friends, your Laker buddies that, if you're looking for news, updates, speculations, game analysis about the Los Angeles Lakers, subscribe to ZSPN. I really do appreciate the love and support, guys. And without further ado, let's just get right into this piece that I've been, this reporting piece from from Bleacher Report and all across, sports outlets when it comes to this reporting. Now, according to an NBA executive, he basically puts out that the Lakers' two future first-round picks, the 2027 and the 2029 first-round pick, it is the most powerful picks in the league. Now, when you right away think about that, some teams may look at that this reporting and saying, you know what, I don't think so. I don't think they're the most powerful picks in the league. But, there are teams out there that may look at the Lakers picks and say, you know what, if you're going to give us Russell Westbrook, we want two future first-round picks. We want one future first-round picks. We want those, especially when it comes down to it. And, guys, we have to consider the realization that any sort of deal that comes in front of the Lakers, there's a guaranteed chance that two or one future first-round picks, the 2027 or the 2029 first-round pick, is going to be the ceiling point of a deal going to happen. I mean, that's just a done deal. All teams in the NBA are expecting the Lakers to forfeit those two future first-round picks if they want to get a deal done or to better their roster around LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the rest of the crew. So, and, guys, when it comes down to it, this is the realization. The Lakers don't have any other future assets, other than Russell Westbrook, and, you can make the argument for Kendrick Nunn. So other than those assets that we have, the Lakers also have the future first round picks. Now, personally, it's music to my ears when I hear an executive saying that the Lakers picks are the most powerful picks in the league. It kind of gives us a bit of a leverage if you really think about it. You know, the Lakers are, you know, they just don't want to give the picks out just, you know, all willy-nilly. You know, they want value out of those picks. And, you know, they could be unprotected and they could be, you know, very good, like, picks down the line. I mean, these are picks like 6 to 8 years. So it's like 8 years apart. I mean, from 2023, you know, it's just, or 2022, excuse me, it is going to be some big value out of those picks. And, you know, just hearing like trades when I've been hearing lately when it comes to the Indiana Pacers trade and the Utah Jazz trade, it kind of puts into question of why the Lakers have not made a deal yet with those particular teams. Well, it's completely obvious because of those picks. Indiana is asking for 2 picks. And potentially the Utah Jazz is either asking for 1 future first round pick or maybe 2. It sort of depends on Danny Ainge if he wants to screw the Lakers and ask in dead hole on wanting 2 future first round picks. So that's the whole notion that, as I said, all teams are expecting the Lakers to forfeit either 1 or 2 future first round picks if they want to deal with them. So, and that's the whole sad truth of this. And, you know, I am really impressed of how the Lakers are holding their ground and, you know, making sure when they do decide to forfeit those 2 future first round picks to better the team, they are expecting to get huge value out of those picks. That's why at one point I was really hoping with the that the Lakers were going to deal the Brooklyn Nets for Kyrie Irving. Now, personally, I think 2 future first round picks for Kyrie Irving is honestly the only way that I would ever accept the Lakers doing that. You know, going for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, you can make the argument that maybe, yeah, 2 future first round picks would potentially, forfeit those 2 future first round picks. But I honestly think that, you know, the Lakers should only offer maybe 1 future first round pick to get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. And when it comes to the Utah Jazz, I'm going to say this now. You know, the Utah Jazz had to maybe, you know, offer us the whole farm, you know, of the best players that they have, you know, when it comes to dealing the 2 future first round picks and Russell Westbrook. So when it comes down to that notion, I think that the Lakers have to be cautious when it comes to those future first round picks. And when it comes down to it, you know, if there's like a deal that's out there, similar to what we saw from the Cleveland Cavaliers when they traded for, Donovan Mitchell type of trade. They traded like 3, maybe 2 future first round picks, and I believe they did a pick swap, and, you know, it was just a couple of players like that. If the Lakers want to go that route and get a player like a Donovan Mitchell, you know, a Kyrie Irving, you know, just one of those type of high profile superstars, all-star caliber players, then yeah, I will forfeit 2 future first round picks, Russell Westbrook, to make that happen. Because, guys, as I said, I mean, the picks are more valuable than getting Russell Westbrook. I mean, that is the sad truth. I mean, former MVP and Mr. Triple-Double, future Hall of Famer in Russell Westbrook. And teams only want the picks, but they don't want Russell Westbrook. So with that being said, the Lakers are trying to trade Russell Westbrook. But, you know, the reason that no team is biting for the opportunity to get Russell Westbrook is because, you know, they don't see any value out of him because he is not like the best fit for their own team. And sure, he'll bring profile, he'll bring, like, you know, he's box office when it comes to, Russell Westbrook. So obviously that plays a little bit of a big role, but at the same time, you know, he won't be like the game changer for any sort of team, to be honest with you. So, and, you know, maybe he will. You never know. He could join a team that will benefit them, but it sort of depends on which team is that, because I don't think the Indiana Pacers would honestly, well, maybe they would probably use him when it comes to, box office wise, and could potentially, help the Indiana Pacers, somehow when it comes to, playing a couple of games. But other than that, the Utah Jazz, there's a likely chance that they would potentially buy him out. And I think that's what most teams will do if the Lakers will potentially trade with any sort of team which involves Russell Westbrook and 2 future first-round picks. So it's kind of, sad to hear it because, obviously Russell Westbrook, he doesn't want to get bought out. He wants to contribute to a team. He wants to get paid. So it kind of seems like at this moment, if there's like a trade out there that will benefit the Lakers in a big way, change the scope of the roster and potentially them being a playoff team or just a contending team, then I think they should go for it. I hope they will potentially, make sure that this is the right one, the right move for the organization. So other than that, guys, I really want to know your thoughts about this reporting, about this executive saying that the Lakers' 2 future first-round picks is the most powerful picks in the league. Do you agree with that sentiment? Or do you guys think that, it's being, drawn so out of proportions that, maybe the Lakers should potentially hold on to those assets and just, stick it out the next season, this upcoming season, and maybe see what Russ Westbrook is all about. Maybe he will change his ways. Maybe he will be a whole different player going into, the regular season. I mean, going into the second year, he has something to prove, and he wants to prove all his doubters wrong. Now, he could just ignore them and just be Russell Westbrook and just go into next season and just be the same old guy that he is, when it comes to Mr. Triple Doubles and the turnovers, which was so sickening to watch last season. But when it comes down to it, maybe he would just be Russell Westbrook and, maybe we'll see something good out of him, or maybe we will just see the old Russell Westbrook from last season. I mean, it just sort of depends on what the Lakers will do. It really seems like a likely chance that he could stay, but I won't be surprised if they potentially will deal him. I mean, I don't know, with the Indiana Pacers or maybe the Utah Jazz, or maybe there's another team out there that I'm just so not really looking at, because I think I saw I saw a post on Lake Show that the Lakers have been talking to 5 rival teams. So there's been some communications with multiple teams, not just the Indiana Pacers and the Utah Jazz. So there's a possibility that the Lakers are looking at other teams that could potentially, a deal can happen. But something seems like the Lakers will make a move, but it just sort of depends on what it is. It could not be a trade. They could potentially look for a free agent that's still available, because as I said, the Lakers did trade for Patrick Beverley and they traded 2 players to get him. So the Lakers have a draft pick still available. So they have a roster spot available. So they have 13 roster spots that's available. They need to fill that one up because I think it's part of league rules to have either 14 or 15 players on a roster. And I know the Lakers will keep that last roster spot potentially for a buyout player that could potentially get bought out. That could obviously benefit the Lakers because they did that in the past. The Lakers did it in the past when it comes to, back in 2020 when they got Markieff Morris, which obviously was a huge game changer because we won 2020 NBA championship. So, and also they did it with, what's his name? Andre Drummond. So that was obviously some big buyout signees that the Lakers have made in the past. and they can obviously do that again. So you can obviously see the Lakers making a move when it comes to that sort of notion. But, you know, the Lakers could potentially make a trade happen. It just sort of depends on when they will make it happen. So it's a waiting game. It's a waiting game process for the Lakers. So please, guys, give me your thoughts in the comment section down below about this reporting. Do you guys see a lot of merit into that reporting? Or do you guys think the Lakers should not read too much into it and just either keep the picks or trade the picks so we can obviously have a winning chance, so we can obviously enjoy games, and, you know, hopefully the Lakers will start winning games more and maybe reach the playoffs or go into the divisional rounds, or, you know, maybe Western Conference. I mean, it just sort of depends on what move the Lakers will make that will benefit them when it comes to competing for in the Western Conference, because obviously it's the Western Conference is so loaded. The Lakers want to compete in that. So we just have to wait and see, guys. You know, I really want to know, guys, your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and please like me all across social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at ZSPN. I really do appreciate it, guys. I'll leave the links to my social media sites in the description of this video so you guys can check out my social media sites. And of course, guys, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.